Israel keeps up its blistering barrage of air, sea, and land assaults on suspected guerrilla outposts in Lebanon as day 3 of Operation Accountability comes to a close.
We begin in the Middle East, where a violent volley of attacks is reverberating beyond the borders of Israel and Lebanon. More than 50 people have been killed and more than 250 wounded since Israel launched its offensive dubbed Operation Accountability on Sunday. Arab guerrillas, the targets of the Israeli strikes, are still firing back, aiming their Katyusha rockets at border towns in northern Israel. CNN's Charles Hoff has more on the fighting.
Israeli artillery is sending at least 1,000 shells a day at targets in South Lebanon, mostly to the north of the Israeli-held buffer zone along that border. In the night, Katyusha rockets continued to fly against Israeli civilian targets. Most of them fell with minimal damage. The Israeli foot soldier in this latest buildup is playing mostly a defensive role. This post is just inside the Israeli-controlled security zone in Lebanon. They primarily watch and listen, sometimes practicing on alert as if hostile elements approach the border that they serve to protect. Israel's foreign minister denies that Israel is getting intense diplomatic pressure to end the engagement.
By and large, the international community understands the reasons for the Israeli action, the framework of it, the very measured measures that we are using. We are not at war with Lebanon, we are not at war with Syria. We have to silence a group.
Peres says the current fighting will not go on for months or even weeks. Perhaps, he says, a matter of days. The young Israeli soldiers say they are prepared to do whatever is necessary to chase the Hezbollah fighters out of the region.
As soldiers, we're ready to do whatever it takes. I mean, a lot of us are anxious to do something if it needs to be done. If we could do it, we'd love to do it. But that's not really for us to decide.
Thousands of Lebanese civilians have fled their homes, running from the constant Israeli onslaught. Damage from Israeli guns and planes is heavy. Although Israel says it will continue to retaliate for attacks against its people and its army, the agenda seems to be broadening. Prime Minister Rabin now says that he's sending a clear message to the people of Lebanon and to the governments of Lebanon and Syria. And that message is that the villagers in the south will not be able to live in their villages until there is peace and tranquility in this region. Charles Hoff, CNN, inside the Israeli-controlled security zone in South Lebanon.